And indeed, very good morning to you. Welcome to today's United Kingdom talk in the basic mode now. We are in the basic mode. First of all, I have to complain to Millie. Millie in Minnesota, who once again, if you think I was forgetful, then Millie in Minnesota is more forgetful than me. Because at about 22, she said to me, don't forget the record button. And I said to her, don't tell me now, tell me later on at like, at 2 minutes to 11. She said, don't worry, I'll let you know at 5 to... And she's off. She's gone again, haven't you, Millie? She's off again. Millie, I don't believe for one moment, Millie, who proclaims to be a regular viewer and listener to this show, I don't believe for one moment that she stays for the whole hour. I think she's in and out of this show a minute at a time, then she goes off and does something else, and then she's talking to someone else. You've got too many things going on in your life. That's when it all goes wrong, dear. And let me tell you, I know all about things going wrong because of that. Yes, indeed I do. Welcome along. My name's Chris Reardon. This is United Kingdom Talk. Just gone 11 o'clock on a Thursday morning here on July the 29th. That's what the time are. If you're wondering whether the show's live or recorded, well, check your clock now. If it's just gone 11 o'clock in the morning and it's a Thursday, the 29th of July, 2010, then you are with us live. Now, we've gone back to basics with the video side of things because I've been having real problems. And on Tuesday, I very, very came close to chucking for the second time, because I did this a while back, you might remember, in March, May, I can't remember what it was now, chucking the whole thing up in the air, and this is it. But since then I have calmed down a bit. It's very difficult to calm down. It is. I have calmed down a little bit, so here we are again. Got to say very good morning to Vicky, who's up nice and early again. Vicky is in the US of A. Good morning, Vicky. And also to BritishPages.org. Now, this is a guy in California, and he's obsessed with the UK, and he's got this whole website. Do have a little look at that, okay? BritishPages.org is the website, and he talks all about the UK and things like that. I think I'm on there somewhere, which is very nice of you. Thank you very much for that. There's a couple of emails to get through. If at any time you want to email the show, if you are listening to a recording, then don't be shy. Send your emails in, okay? The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. We've got some emails to come through in a second. Apologies to those of you that have watched the show on YouTube. Because of all the troubles we've had recently, there's either been no show or the first 15 minutes of the show. Not sure. I don't even know if this one's going to work. Well, I won't know until I finish the hour, all right? One other thing, straight after me at 12 o'clock is an extra show today here on United Kingdom Talk. Ross Patdelt will be talking about his experience so far with his girlfriend having a baby. Yes, they've had a baby. They've had it less than a week, and I gather it's quite a tiring experience, isn't it? Oh, yes. All those nappy changing and constant feedings. Although, looking at the size of you, Ross, I wouldn't be surprised if it's you doing the breastfeeding, is it? Are you doing the breastfeeding? Anyway, Ross is coming up directly after me at 12 o'clock UK time. Okay? News about Gwen, our lovely Gwen. I was kind of hoping to get someone up on the phone, but they haven't replied to me. He might have disappeared. But you know my dear friend Gwen? Well, she is having... Gwen, of course, died, must be going on 2 weeks ago. At one of the places that I work, they are having a charity benefit night, which is kind of a celebration on the life of our great friend and singer, Gwen. 74 she was when she died. I think she was 74. Born in 1936, died just a couple of weeks ago. And this lady's followed me around to all the karaoke nights that I've ever done, and she was just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful lady. There was no funeral. There was no public funeral or anything like that. Apparently she didn't like funerals. However, my friend Richard, who does some drag, aka Titty LeCamp is his drag name, has arranged a celebration night that another DJ Demon, will be hosting with myself on Tuesday, the 10th of August. Now, if you're in the UK and you fancy coming along to that one, then it'd be wonderful to see you. And if you do come along, please find me. I'll be hanging around somewhere on the stage or doing something for the night, because myself and Demon will be kind of sharing the night, although he'll probably be getting paid and I won't. Oh, dear. I mean, how can I survive on minimal wages, dear? Minimal wages, that's what I'm on. Anyway, that night is Tuesday the 10th of August. Okay? Can you hear that buzzing noise? Oh, I thought it was one of the computers. There's a man cutting grass downstairs. Oh dear, never mind. Yeah, the night is Tuesday the 10th of August, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. The entry for this, there will be a charge of £2.50, £1 of which will be donated to the Marie Curie Cancer Care Fund. All right, so all in a good cause, that one. It's an open invitation for anyone to come down, come and sing a song. You'll hear various people, including myself, sing the songs that Gwen used to sing for us at these various karaoke nights. All right, we'll all have a little go of one of her songs, and it's just going to be a fantastic night. All right, a celebration of Gwen's life. If you're in the UK, please feel free to come along. Costs you £2.50 to come in. £1 of that will be going to the Marie Curie Cancer Fund. And that is, once again, on Tuesday, the 10th of August, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So that's Tuesday week, isn't it? All right, that's Tuesday week. There you go. Got a message here from Nick, who says, who are those two lovely ladies on the front of your Facebook? Now, my Facebook page, if you want to become a friend to me, I desperately need friends, to be honest. If you want to become a friend to me, then my Facebook username is Chris Reardon UK. All right, Chris Reardon UK is my Facebook username. And you'll see me there, myself there, and a picture of two young ladies. Now, I have to tell you, these are not really young ladies. Okay? They are drag queens, people that I work with. Now, question is, did you know that? Did you know that? And were you winding me up and saying that? Because actually, one of my cousins saw the picture with their children, and the children were asking, why have those girls got so much makeup on? We're not really girls. I know. No, I don't. I do not dress up in women's clothes. Thank you very much. But they are artistes, and that's what they do. They are drag queens. So that picture there of me and those two, they are two. I shouldn't really say this. I don't like to say it loudly in case the priest is listening from the local Catholic church. But they are men dressed as women, and that's how they appear on stage. All right, Nick? Hopefully I've cleared that one up for you. Right, there's a Skype, and if you have Skype or a telephone, you can join into the show. My Skype username is Chris Reardon. Sorry, my Skype username is United Kingdom Radio. Okay? Once again, the Skype username is United Kingdom Radio. And there's a phone-in number as well if you want to join in at any time by telephone. The phone number is 020 3287 1488. 020 3287 1488. That's the phone number. Okay, lots to talk about today. A couple of emails have come in since the last show. First of all, from the lovely Lisa in crazy California. Hello, Lisa. Who is talking about the last show, which was on... When was the last show? On Tuesday. Nice show today. We enjoyed Vicky's visit. That's Vicky, one of our regular correspondents, who actually came on the phone for the first time. I spoke to her on the phone, and she had a camera on as well. I was able to see around her. They're called a condo. A condo. Why is it called a condo? Wasn't it called a flat? Is a condo a flat? Or is that slightly different thing? I'm not quite sure. Oh, sorry, I'm whistling around a bit there, aren't I? Lisa says, enjoyed Vicky's visit with us very much. I agree, she would be a nice addition to the hosts on United Kingdom Talk. Yeah, the only thing is, we're desperate for more people to come on and do shows here on United Kingdom Radio. Some people who are callers, who make fantastic callers, may not be able to sit here and talk to themselves for an hour. I mean, you've got to be mad, haven't you? Here I am, sitting in a little room, all on my own, with lights blazing, the electricity meter going around so fast I can hear the humming from here, dear. God, do you know how much this programme costs? Millions of pounds to put this on, it does. This programme is more expensive than the Eurovision Song Contest, it really is. And I haven't got those cheesy hosts either. Eh? Dear me, dear me. And Vicky makes a fantastic caller. Would she make a good host? Don't know. Never know until you hear her. You know, wouldn't know. But perhaps if Vicky might want to have a go. Do you want to have a go? Anyone can have a go at doing this. You really can. But you may not find it easy. A lot of people see the show and they kind of make a little tape themselves. Not a tape. They make an audio file themselves. They say, oh, I'm interested in doing a show. Quite a few people have done this. And they say, OK, go away and make a half hour. Talk to me for half an hour. What do I talk? And they say, what do I talk about? It's your show. You decide what to talk about. And they go away and they come back and they say, well, can't do it. You know? So not everyone necessarily would make a good show. But you've got to try, you know, got to give it a go. Got to find out what you're good at. I'm not good at anything. I've been getting away with this for years. It's like for my paying jobs, I DJ and I do karaoke. I actually now prefer doing karaoke to DJing. You get a lot more audience participation, a lot more connection with the audience. I like connections with people, you know? But nevertheless, the DJing and the karaoke, I don't think I'm particularly good at either. I've been getting away with it for years. So why... You have a go. I've been confusing. What am I? I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud DJ. That's what I am. I've been convincing people wrongly that I can actually do the job, and I can't. Nearly 30 years, dear. 30 years in the business, dear. Booked for the next 45 years, solid. Anyway, back to this email. We'll never get through it, will we? I had trouble with Ustream again today. I think YouTube works much better. And maybe you should just use that again to tape the show. Yes, the show does go up on YouTube as well. The audio played fine, however, thank goodness for that. I'm hoping that today the video is working properly as well. We've done away with the film at the beginning and the end. All the flashes and everything else, that's all disappeared. There's just me, the camera, and I'm talking, and a microphone, and that's it. All right? Someone let me know. Is that okay this morning? Is it working okay this morning? Lisa says, regarding the loss of your uncle a couple of weeks ago, because I said to you on Tuesday that I didn't feel kind of saddened at all, almost numb, so to speak. It's a very, very strange thing. Didn't feel. No, that's wrong. I didn't feel crying. Yeah, didn't really feel like I was tearful or crying, and I felt guilty about that. I was actually sitting away from everyone else in the church, up where the organ was, because I was playing the church organ. And everyone else was down the front, and I was able to look over and see all these people crying. Of course, my aunt and my sister, my cousin, they're all down the front, you know, tears coming now and again, especially when you get the speeches and what have you. And yet I seem to be quite... I don't know how to explain it. Like, not without feelings, but I wasn't like bo-ho-ho and on all that. And I actually felt guilty about that, and I don't know why. And the only thing I can put it down to is the fact that my mother and father have both died And in the grand scheme of things, for me, they are the big ones. Do you see what I mean? It's the worst people I could possibly lose. Other than my son. I do have a son. I don't have any contact with him, but nevertheless, if anything happened to him, you know. But those three, once one of those three is gone, I kind of think to myself that perhaps, no matter how much you like someone, anyone after that, and I don't mean to say this lightly, okay? Anyone after that is not as bad. Do you see what I'm saying? And I can only put it down to that. Either that or I've become heartless. I'm not quite sure, okay? And Lisa says, regarding the loss of your uncle, I understand exactly what you mean about your reaction to the loss of your uncle. Part of it may also be that there were two deaths so close together of people you cared a lot about. Yes, my uncle and Gwen died hours apart. Hours apart. One had an illness for over a year, the cancer, and my uncle had the brain tumour. That wasn't as long. That was a few months, that one. Lisa says, one is enough of a shock as it is, but maybe there was a bit of numbness caused by being somehow overwhelmed and in a state of shock from having two close together. I don't know really, Lisa. Not sure why. On Monday, at the karaoke, there was a person that came up and sung one of the songs that Gwen sings, Fix You by Coldplay. And that, while that was being sung, I did feel like a very dark cloud come over me. And I felt very, very sad then. And the funny thing is, this girl, she's nowhere near Gwen's age. Gwen was about 74, I think. This girl was about 23, 25 maybe. And she looked nothing like Gwen, of course. But when she opened her mouth, she sounded just like her. And in all that time Gwen's been singing these songs, no one has ever come and sung the same song and sounded like Gwen. And yet, the week after, you know, she's gone, someone comes along and sounds just like her. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Lisa says, however, I must add that I think it's very sweet that you were more concerned for your aunt's well-being than your own. This is very emphatic of you. I can't say the word. Empathetic. I can't say it. Not many people think of others when they have their own losses to deal with at the same time. Most can't help but be totally immersed in their own pain and suffering at difficult times. Yeah. You know, I think when people are ill or suffering, you must think of them. What do they want? When someone is ill in the hospital, we bought this up. We actually bought this up while Gwen was in the hospital dying, and I was telling various people that she wasn't well and, you know, you need to go and visit quickly. And the general answer I got was, oh, I'll try and make time to go and see her. You don't try and make time. You have to go and see them. That's it. But so many people didn't. Oh, Gwen died. Did you manage to go and see him? See them? Oh, no, I was too busy. Too busy to go and see a dying lady. I think that's very sad. Very sad. There are times where you have to think of someone else before yourself. You absolutely do. Do you think it was easy for me to go from here all the way around the M25 3 times a week? No, of course it wasn't. That doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me that it was hard to do it. I just did it. Someone was dying. Please remember that. If you've got a relative who's terminally ill, or not even just terminally ill, but just ill, because you never know what's around the corner, go and visit them. Take a day off work. Don't give me all that, oh, I can't take it. Take a day off work and go and visit them. Isn't that day of work, off work, going to visit that sick person worth it for the last few hours of their life? I also think with elderly people, the surviving partner of someone is at a great loss. And I said quite often, I think the one thing that can help with such terrible, terrible grief of losing a partner of so many years are the grandchildren. And Lisa says here, I very much agree with you what you said about how important it is, including the surviving grandparent with seeing their grandkids and as often as possible. It's the greatest of gifts to be a grandparent surrounded by loving grandchildren. It certainly is. I mean, I love my nieces and nephews, although they're a bit old now. They're all old. 25, 23 and 13. They're all old. And I'm going to tell them how old they all are. Yes, time and time again. Don't we all wish we could spend our final years as such happy and loved grandparents? Yes, we do. But so many times you just don't see it, do you now? You don't always see it. You see various obstacles placed in the way of grandparents. Why is that done? Why is that done? Usually I have to say, seeing from experience by the mother, and I don't know why that is. They put up these barriers, like, you're not going to see my kids and all that business. And I've been on the receiving end of that one, believe me. It's not nice. It's not nice. When you watch them on the Jeremy Kyle show, it's a TV show here in the UK with the most dreadful people you've ever seen in your life, shouting and screaming and swearing at each other all the time. And you get this girl waddling on, waddles onto the set, starts pointing a finger in the mother's face. You ain't gonna see my kids ever, and all this. And you think, go away. Awful, awful people. Where do they come from, these people? And don't tell me, oh, you've got to hear both sides of the story. Nothing should ever stop a grandparent seeing their grandchildren. Or, on the other side of the coin, a father seeing his children. I've seen that as well. It's all very well going to courts and places like that and trying to get access. And you get access, you get all this access, but at the end of the day, things can be made pretty difficult by usually the mother or the mother's family, or in some cases, the father and the father's family. But that's very, 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 very small number of cases when it's the father and his family. They generally allow the woman to see the children. Now, the fact is, it's the mother that usually gets the access. And obstacles are placed in the way of the father. Obstacles are placed in the way, so it's difficult. No one actually says you can't see the child, but very, very clever and subtle obstacles are placed in the way, and it's wrong. It's wrong. No one should be stopped from seeing their child or indeed creating a bond with them. Finally, Lisa says, I hope things work out with the technological stuff, and I'm sure you'll make the best of a difficult situation. She enjoys the shows. I bet most of your audience will be happy with whichever way you do the shows. I hope so. Glad Katie is doing okay. Give her an extra long scratch on the neck and behind the ears from me and Mamie Kitty. And that's from Lisa in crazy California. They are all crazy there, Nutters in California, although I've never actually been there. A live message coming in from the lovely Vicky, who says, Morning, Chris. There's a very slight delay between what you say and what I see on the video. Maybe the video that you are capturing as a recording of the show will have the two elements matched up together. I don't know. Won't know until I see it, okay? Thanks to Lisa for the vote of confidence. However, generally speaking, the longer I talk, the less sense I make. Well, you and me alike, my love. I have no idea what I'm going on about most of the time, darling. No idea whatsoever. Condo, Vicky says, is short for condominium. I was able to say that word, wasn't I? It's a legal term describing the manner in which you own the property. When you think about elderly or sick people, why not spend time with them when they are well? Take them shopping or go out for breakfast with them. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, when your parents die, that's the first thing that comes into your head. I wish I'd spent more time with them. Do you know how many times that goes through my head? Terrible, terrible. Let's see. Help them have a good quality of life while they're still around and able to get out and about. Enjoy their company, get quiet for a while. You can really learn something from them. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, there's so many things that I'd like now to talk to my parents about. All sorts of things. Things like the war years that they lived through. When they were, I know little bits and pieces, like when they were evacuated. My mum was evacuated to a place called Bognor Regis here in the UK. But what was I don't know what the family was like that she stayed with, and I wanted to ask all these things, and now of course I can't. However, I still have my aunt around. She's the one who just lost her husband, Auntie Brenda, and she's gone through all this as well. I'll have to go over and see her and have some of these conversations. Maybe, I don't know if she'd want me to take the microphone and other bits and pieces with me as well. Let's go over to the Skype now, and Millie's on the line. Hello, Millie.
Good morning.
Morning, Millie. Well, see, you done it once again. You promised me that you'd remind me, and you didn't. So it's a good job I remembered myself, really, isn't it?
Well, I did try to remind you, but you were like, you're too early.
Well, you were too early. 20 to 11, you reminded me. That's no good, is it?
No. It's nearly 10 minutes to.
It was, well, wherever 10 minutes to. It's too early. You've got to remind me at a minute to, and that's it.
Your technicality.
Anyway, you're up early, aren't you? You know, I purposely changed the show time, hoping that you'd still be asleep, but you're there again.
Well, you miss me when I'm not there, don't you?
Yes, anyway, what are you calling in for, Mill?
I wanted to talk about how important it is to see somebody that is dying. I am in the same situation right now, but I have the opposite problem. I could go see my uncle, but the problem is that he's way in another state, and it's just near impossible for me to see him right now. And that's ripping me apart right now.
Right. Do you keep in contact by telephone or something?
I do, yes.
I mean, it's not, you know, it's a bit different for you, isn't it? I mean, you're in a blooming wheelchair, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different thing altogether. Different thing altogether, my love.
I know.
But I'm sure he knows the thought is there that you would want to go and see him.
Well, unfortunately, he's not able to retain a conversation now these days.
Right.
Because of his dementia, and he's also just been diagnosed with colon cancer and has an aneurysm in his heart right now. And as a matter of fact, I'm sort of at loggerheads with the rest of the family, because I feel that at the age of 88, and because his quality of life has diminished so, that he should be just allowed to enjoy whatever time he has left and be allowed to go with some dignity.
Yes.
But the rest of the family does not feel that way, and as a matter of fact, a couple of them have even gone so far as to tell me that I don't want him to get better. And I told them, you know, that is not the case. If his quality of life could be somehow salvaged and retained, then yes, I would be all for continuing medical treatment and things like this, but realistically, that just can't happen. And I just am not for allowing him to continue to suffer like this, because right now he can't even control his bodily functions.
Well, no, that's what happens. I'm afraid that's what happens. But what are you saying? I mean, what exactly are you saying here?
I'm saying that I feel the family should. I feel like my family should just let nature take its course and not try to prolong.
So the treatment is kind of prolonging the agony for him, is what you're saying, is it?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Very difficult for you, really. Very, very difficult for you. I remember knowing, I shan't say names or anything, but I knew someone who was dying, and their express wish was that they didn't want everyone from another particular family to turn up at the same time. And I told this person that, and what did they do? Everyone turned up at the same time. You know, and I was annoyed at that, but I said nothing. You know, I thought, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, and I understand that everybody reacts to different things like this in different ways. But it's been very difficult for me, because not only am I dealing with my own emotions around this, but also dealing with the anger of my family on top of that. It's been very difficult. I'm not going to lie to you, Chris. I just...
Well, you have to deal with it as best you can, Millie, and that's it.
No, I am. Honestly, I am.
And good luck to you, my darling, all right?
I know, I will. And, listen, is there a way that those of us outside of the UK could donate to...
I don't think there is, actually. I don't think there is. As far as I know, I don't think there is. No.
Oh,
It's just coming into the thing, and that's it. Mary Curie Cancer. If you look them up on the internet, MARIE CURIE, Mary Curie Cancer, there's bound to be a donate section on there somewhere, all right?
Okay.
That's very kind of you to do that, Millie.
Oh, no problem.
All right, take care, my love.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for calling in. Bye-bye, my love.
Yep.
There we are, chatting away to a Millie in Minnesota. We've got someone else calling in now. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, how are you this morning? Sorry, it's my friend on the phone. Hello. 11 o'clock, dear. You know what time I do my Trans-Global Television Spectacular programme? Well, is there anything important to say? Will you remember at 12? Are you sure? Thank you so much. I mean, do feel free to join us. www.unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Oh, was it a good film? Oh, it's my friend. He went to see Inception. Oh, what's it about? Just a minute. Can we talk about this, please? 1 second now. Let me just. I'm going to try and transfer. Sorry, boys and girls. I've got to plug something in now. It's not like. Well, I want to share this experience with my millions of viewers, dear. Yes. Let me just plug something. It's not like this at the BBC, is it? They don't sort of go underneath a desk and start plugging things in, do they, dear? Just a minute now. I'm going to have to bring you up on the other thing there. I hope this works, dear. I'll put that down there. Just a minute now. Stay there, dear. Don't... Oh, no, we've lost him. Looks like we lost him. Oh, well, we lost him. He won't ring back. Oh, dear. People ring him while we're doing the show. He's been to see the film Inception, which I haven't seen yet, I must admit. Although I did go to the cinema. Now, what we were talking about then, is that it? Is that what we were talking about? Yes. Vicky says, I'm so very lucky to my parents are still around and doing very well. I went back to the beginning of the first of your shows that I ever saw to see why it captured my interest. You began the show talking about how you missed your parents and you were talking about mum's cooking. Oh, mum's cooking. I don't know what's going on with this phone now. What's going on with this phone? Just a minute. Hello? Oh, right. Okay, let's try this again. 1 minute. Are you there? Oh, something else that blooming well doesn't work, does it? Nothing works in this blooming house. It really doesn't. Nothing works. Nothing ever works technically for me. Now, let me go back to this email. Talking about mum's cooking. Oh, I do. Who misses mum's cooking? I bet you do. Looking back on it, how precious each meal is with them. My dad is the cook in the family, a fantastic cook. Nowadays, he lets me bring a side dish to dinner on the weekends, so my cooking has gotten a seal...
Please call me on the mobile.
Oh. This is impossible, isn't it? One thing after another. Now, wait. Let me see if I can sort this. I'm kind of halfway through a bloody email. Oh, Christ. I'm getting stressed out again now. No, I'm not going to leave it now that you're there. Yes, of course they're listening. They're listening and watching. They know what's going on. It's all going terribly wrong. Now, if I push this... Right, you can hear me now, yes?
I can, yeah.
Right, now, you seem to get cut off when I push this button here. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Right, hang on. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Whoa, we've got you. Right, hang on a minute. Let me just finish off this email. Nowadays, he lets me bring a side dish of... This is the email from Vicky, of course. Nowadays, he lets me bring a side dish to dinner on the weekend, so my cooking has gotten the seal of approval. What, from your dad? Oh, no one cooks. My dad couldn't cook. He just... No, I don't think my dad ever cooked. Ever. Your message was to cherish the time you have with your parents, and the message really hit close to home with me. Oh, yes, you must. You must cherish the time with your parents. What's your mum's cooking like, Ronnie? Incidentally, can I just tell people who you are, because a lot of people don't know who you are.
Well, it's fine. They'll soon get the gist of it. Let's talk about me. So my parents...
Just a minute. Just a minute. Can I just let you know, this is my best friend Ron, who's in London.
No, I'm not. I'm in Essex at the moment. I'm reporting from Essex. I'm roving today. I'm reporting from Essex.
We've got a roving reporter. Oh, my God, it's just like the BBC, dear.
Marvellous.
Get on with it.
Okay, so my mother, see, I'm a very fussy eater. I mean, you know, I don't like anything spicy, I don't like peppers, I don't eat red meat, I don't eat pork because I'm Jewish. Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking. So when I ring my mother and tell her that I'm actually coming over for dinner, she actually says, oh no, because she has to cook everything separately, because obviously I don't like anything. So she's very good. She's a very, very good cook. I like very, very bland food. I mean, let's take Monday, for instance. We all went out to see Inception, but we thought we'd go out for dinner first, so they wanted to have Japanese. I don't particularly like foreign food.
Oh, vile stuff.
So, I had like a plain chicken with noodles. I still didn't really like it. It had kind of a nutty flavour.
Oh, did it make you feel ill?
It did, yeah.
Oh, no, I can't be having that stuff.
It did. But then after that, we went to Haagen-Dazs on Leicester Square. Very nice, very, very nice. Very expensive, though. £2.75 a scoop.
£2.70 for a bit of ice cream? Have you gone mad?
Per scoop, dear, per scoop.
Have you learned anything from me at all?
Well, it's not. I didn't pay.
Oh, well, that's okay then. Carry on.
Okay then. Anyway, so we had Haagen-Dazs, then we went to cinema.
Yes.
We went to see Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. A very, very good film. Okay, so I won't give you the gist of the film. Let me firstly say that the effects, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say are a 9. Maybe even a 9.5.
Is it in 3D?
No, it's not. It doesn't need to be. It's absolutely fabulous. It's quite a long film, and you have, I mean, there's no getting up and going to the toilet because you might be in one scene, and then by the time you've got up and come back,
you spend most of your time.
You would have totally lost where you are. It's one of these films that you have to watch from beginning to end, maybe even twice.
Well, I had the same thing while I was at the cinema on Tuesday. I haven't started talking about that yet, but it got to about an hour. We got about an hour, and I wanted to go to the toilet, but I couldn't get up there. I mean, I'll be honest. Don't tell anyone this. I looked over at the paper cup. Do you know what I mean? Do you know? I did look, but I didn't do anything. I looked over at the paper cup, and I thought no one would notice.
Yeah, but paper cups are too small. Paper cups are too small. You'd need a litre bottle of Evian, dear. So, yeah, the film was extremely good. It was very, very busy in there. But as I say, it's an extremely good film. But the ending, I must say, the way that it's done, and if you see the clues, it could have ended in 3 or 4 different ways. It's your interpretation of the film. It's very, very good.
So what's it about then?
It's Inception. It's about planting a seed in somebody's mind.
Someone had been seeded, had they?
Yes, somebody has been seeded in their mind.
Yes,
and it's what you would want them to do. It's like an infiltration of somebody's mind. It's all for big business purposes and political purposes and things like that. It's very, very good. It is very, very good.
Well, I would love to have seen it, but unfortunately, my best friend, who I usually spend Tuesdays with in some form or another, decided that he was being taken out by his other friends this week. So I was left to trolley along to the local cinema all on my own, cycling through the streets of Bracknell at 9 o'clock at night to sit in there and see a film all on my own and about 10 other people and a big fat hot dog in one hand and a very large Coke with ice in the other hand. And do you know what? I never told you, did I? You know the cinema ticket? I had a free guest pass from ages ago.
Yes.
Do you remember when we went to try and see St. Trinian's?
Yes,
and
I remember.
And do you remember I went on my... we didn't make it, and eventually I went on my own, and we're all sitting in the cinema, this is months ago now, waiting for this film to start, and eventually... like 3/4 of an hour after it was due to start, the manager came in from the cinema and told us there had been a clerical error and he was very sorry, but the film wasn't on. Anyway, they gave us all guest passes, so I used that last night. So did I have a free night? No, because I made the mistake of going up and getting a hot dog and a large Coke. How much was a hot dog and a large Coke?
I think it would be quite expensive. Go on.
£7.50, dear. £7.50 for a bit of sausage and a bit of mouldy bread and a large Coke, which was half filled up with ice anyway. Yes, I know you can say to them no ice, but quite frankly, it's a bit warm, isn't it? Yeah,
but the thing is, you have to remember, Chris. You have to remember that this is how things are expensive these days. I think you live in the past a little bit. I think that where you don't actually spend a lot of money, there is inflation and the cost of living rises.
Live in the past, dear? What are you suggesting? I hope you're not suggesting that my clothes are from the past as well, dear.
Well, that would take an hour's show, dear. That would take an hour's show for me to discuss with the listeners about your wardrobe.
Excuse me?
I might even have to start my own radio station for that.
Excuse me, if you remember quite rightly, a couple of weeks ago, while you were on holiday, with that young thing that you go out with.
Oh, you mean my Caribbean holiday to Antigua?
Your Caribbean premium economy fare to was it Antigua?
Antigua in the Caribbean.
Have I got a property there?
I believe so. I think it's next to
I can't remember.
The Italian Prime Minister owns owns quite a lot of land there. I think you bought some off of him.
Yeah, you had a nice time in that place, didn't you, Antigua?
I did, yes. Yes, we had one of those big American Jeeps where the roof came off, and we went out on the shopping. And
was it an all-inclusive thing?
It was all-inclusive. The food was very, very good. But again, every question to the waitresses was, is it spicy? Is it chicken? Has it got meat in it? same old things with me, because I am very fussy with food, going back to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't do the spices. They make me very unwell.
Now, you say you got a Jeep out there to go shopping.
Yes.
What is there to buy there?
Well, there's diamonds and emeralds and.
Did you buy any of those? What did you bring back?
No, we
bring
didn't.
back a couple of bags of diamonds at all?
Well, no, we saw some diamonds that we liked, some Princess Square cut diamonds. They was very, very nice, but you know, Andy has quite a lot of diamonds, and so do I.
What is the attraction of owning bits of rock? Please tell me, 'cause I don't get it. What?
First of all, they're absolutely beautiful.
They're bits of glass. They're bits of glass that look pretty in the light, and that's it. They don't do anything.
And well, they do. They also hold their value in money. I mean, you know, people buy them as an investment.
Oh, let me tell you. You know what I was telling you last night privately on the phone about the ISA I had last year.
Yes.
I made a mistake with the amount of interest that I earned on that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even £100.
You know, it's
shocking. We're poor. We're poor now.
Poor, absolutely poor. But the £45,000 American Jeep that we was driving around in was lovely.
Which, can I just point out, would you like to say that you hired? I don't want people to think that you went out and bought one.
Yes, but it was quite expensive to hire. But it was lovely to have that. You know, that it was an amazing piece of vehicle.
How much was that to hire then?
It was. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, because I had to pay more for Andy because he's under 25.
Well, was he driving as well?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
Yes. But anyway, going back to food, dear. Monday, we went to Jamie Oliver's restaurant called 15 in Shoreditch. Shoreditch, where, you know, Trinity Shoreditch, where I live.
I know where Shoreditch is. There's not even go where's Shoreditch there, that little club that I visit, yes?
Yeah. There's Shoreditch, Trinity Shoreditch, where the house prices are nearly the same as Chelsea.
Get on with it, will you? Get on with it. This is like pulling teeth.
For five people, it did come to quite a lot of money. It was nearly 300 quid.
300 quid?
For 5 people. The food
300 quid for a dinner?
It was exquisite.
You're off your heads. No food is worth 300 quid.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Sorry. Even just for the dessert, I had panna cotta.
What?
And it was to die for.
You had what?
Panna cotta.
What the hell's that?
It's a dessert. It's like a cheese and vanilla dessert we have with strawberries.
Didn't they have ice cream?
It's absolutely delicious.
What did you call it again?
Panna cotta.
It's not pavlotta, is it?
No. Pan, P-A-N, a cotta. Panna cotta.
Well, I've never heard of that.
It's a very expensive version of, a bit like Angel Delight, but nicer.
It's Angel Delight.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I bet it's Angel Delight. It's been.
No,
I bet if you went out into that kitchen, you'd see all the packets out there.
No, we'll ask the listeners to email in, and they'll tell you what panna cotta's like. It's absolutely delicious. I had chicken, which was absolutely delicious. It was very crispy on the outside. The chicken was very soft and tender. The potatoes were done to perfection with mint. Absolutely gorgeous. My starter was delicious. It was like a pizza dough bread with buffalo tomatoes, with mozzarella and herbs and stuff. How you watch Jamie Oliver do it on the television? That's how it comes up on the plate.
Oh, please! It's just no. It's just another meal.
No, but let me tell you about the chef. One of them was absolutely gorgeous, and I did want him to cook my dinner personally. I really did. He was absolutely gorgeous. Because you know that Jamie Oliver only employs people that have been in trouble with the police and people that have been in prison.
Oh, does he?
Give them a second chance, yes.
He only employs bad boys?
Yes.
I'm going to have to turn on my air conditioner. I've come over all hot now.
Yeah, me too. I've come over all hot again as well.
Keep talking, dear. I've got to turn my air conditioning on.
Turn the air conditioning on. This thing was very, very nice. What it is I have a world champion hairdresser, friend of mine, that's come over from Ireland to do some work in the West End while he's here. This
is the friend that you went out with on Tuesday night instead of seeing me as we usually do on Tuesdays, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, he only ever visits like once or twice a year.
It's not the point. Not the point. I was dumped.
It wasn't dumped. I mean, you know, I thought I was going to get a free haircut, but he never bought his clippers. So.
Oh, well.
What a waste. And the same as the other day, dear. When you called me, I'm so sorry. I was holding a baby and I had my phone and I dropped my phone. But, you know, luckily, it didn't break.
Oh, thank God for that, dear.
But there you go. But, okay. Well, look, I'm going to go here because...
I can't believe you spent so how much was that? £300 on a dinner?
Between 5.
Who paid for that then? You'd split it up?
No. One of us paid. My best friend paid.
Oh.
My other best friend, sorry. My very rich one. He owns a fabulous salon in Ireland. A fabulous...
So do you all go out and kind of... Then it's someone's turn to pay or something?
Well, yeah, I mean...
So how much was the... So they paid £300 for a dinner.
Yeah.
How much was the cinema?
Nearly 90 quid. Paul
90 quid. Is that what you paid for?
No. Paul paid for that.
Okay. Well,
the very good looking Paul Christian.
Well, what's he do then?
He's a DJ.
Oh, yeah, that'll make sense.
I have a smile on my face.
That'll make sense. I've got to tell you, Ron is a bit of a DJ hag, we're calling him.
No, not a DJ hag.
When he finds DJs that he thinks are doing quite well, he tries to get with them.
Not at all.
I should know because I was with him about 18 years ago, wasn't I, dear? Do you remember that? I was your first one. Oh.
Yeah, my first DJ. the funny thing is no, I actually have a laugh with Mr. Christian. He's very funny. He's very, very funny.
Oh, well, I mean, if you prefer his company to mine, and that's fine, you'll go off with him for a couple of years, and then you come back when you're bored. It's always the same. I get that phone call, Chris, yep, I'm bored with him now. Always the same. Always come running back with your tail between your legs.
And then, so Paul paid for the cinema tickets, and then I paid for the Japanese. Which
and how did you know, what?
But you know what? The Japanese, I must interrupt you there, Chris. The Japanese are very funny because what they do, they don't like you to tip. They find it offensive if you tip. Isn't that strange?
Oh, I must get into Japanese. I must eat it. I don't know how people can eat that sushi stuff.
Oh no, not me.
Oh,
no,
God. And it goes rounds on this conveyor belt, doesn't it?
Yes.
And they're sitting there eating raw fish.
Yes, I know. Dirty.
And how much was the Japanese meal that you paid for?
The Japanese, I think it came to about £65.
Oh, well, you came out all right then, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. The funny thing, but the thing is, as I say, but with the Japanese food, they are authentic Japanese people that they brought over from Japan.
Yeah.
I will be bringing immigration tomorrow. Don't worry. But, I mean, they brought them, but none of them speak English. They only have people that are Japanese there. So it's a very sweet place. It's in Chinatown in the West End. But as I say, we went to Leicester Square. It was very nice. Lots going on in Leicester Square at the moment. Roving again, as a roving reporter again. Leicester Square, lots and lots of premieres at the moment.
Is that because of the school children on holiday and all that, is it?
There is, there's that. I mean, they've got Inception, they had the premiere there. There's Night and Day with Tom Cruise.
Have I told you I've been to the cinema and seen toys? I went to see Toy Story 3 on Tuesday.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah. Well, there's
really?
a new Shrek one coming out as well, isn't there?
Yeah, that's out. That is already out as well. But Toy Story 3, really good. If you've got any children and you're wondering what to do, take them to see Toy Story. There's a bit at the end, which I won't tell you what it is, and you kind of think... no, I'm not even going to go there. There's a bit in the last 10 minutes of the film will have you on the edge of your seat.
The other thing about the premieres in the West End is the guys that put up all the stage. They're amazing to watch, running up and down that rigging.
Oh, you're just looking at all the blokes again. That's what you do.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I'm not like that. The next thing you'll be telling me is that you take random pictures of men in the street and send them to me.
Not random ones, only the good-looking ones. only the ones with no tops on, dear.
There's a friend of mine who does a show on here, and that he often talks about what they're called the rednecks. Do you know what rednecks are?
Oh, I know what a redneck is, dear. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's loads where he is. We've got a really nice bloke on here now. His name's Stacey White. He does a show on Sundays at 6 o'clock UK time, and he's a policeman. Did you ever see the programme The World's Strictest Parents?
No, you showed me an episode.
Right, okay. Well, he was one of the parents. As a wonderful man, lovely family, and that. There is someone I could just sit down with him for hours and talk. I'd dearly love to go into the police station and
you're not really a talker, are you, Chris?
No, I don't think so. No,
you don't waffle on
Vicky is just Vicky who's listening in New York. Just says he talks so fast. You should have your own show.
Who, me?
Yeah, apparently.
I should have my own show. I'd be absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, but it's all me, isn't it, all the time?
No, well, the thing is you have to remember is my life is so full. I have so much to say, and I do so much.
Listen to it.
I have so much to say. I mean, you know, it would. Actually thinking about it. I think I'd be pretty good at the show. Maybe you should have me in as a special guest, you know, once a month.
Well, you've done it today, haven't you? You
tell people what I'm doing. No, just an hour with me, nothing with you. You just introduce me and then let me do my thing.
Let you loose.
Yeah, let me loose on the world here. Your ratings will go through the roof. I'm telling you. Absolutely go through the roof. Not that I'm blowing my own trumpet, obviously, you know, but it is all about me. And I mean, I do have a very full life. You know,
yeah, full of something. I tell you, full of something there. Full of ball.
I'm going to sign off because it's 12 o'clock and I must go and have my lunch.
Well, thank God for that, and I shall ring you privately in about 10 minutes.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening. And I'll be doing another show in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much.
Goodbye. You rarely get a word in edgeways where it comes to Ron, my best friend there. He's all right, actually. He is. There we are. Email coming in from Mark here on the subject of your relationship with your mum. And Mark says, for myself, I had totally the opposite kind of relationship with my mother. It was cold and, I hate to say it, hostile. It's terrible to hear something like that, Mark. On more than one occasion she said she wished she had me aborted had she known I was going to be a woman hater. It's just... I mean, I can't... If you've not been in that situation, you can't relate to it. You understand what I mean? I can't relate to that because I wasn't in that situation. I was one of the lucky ones. Mark says she passed away Christmas 2005, but due to the fact we were not in touch, I didn't find out she'd passed away until the following Easter, when my sister contacted me, and the only reason my sister bothered to contact me was to go and get my stuff from her house, as it was cluttering up her house. She has never bothered to contact me since. So much for family ties. Well, I'm sorry about that, Mark. You know, really, really sorry to hear that you've had such a bad time. But as I say, I just can't relate to that. Can't relate to that. Once again, if you do get the chance to take your children to go and see Toy Story, okay, which is on general release now, really good film, or Adults, Inception, there's something for you to do, as Ron just said there. I had heard from some other people that it wasn't a particularly good film, but now he said that he's seen it and it was a good film. I may go and see that myself. I'll probably have to go again on my own, unfortunately, as there's no one to mow and sit with poor old Chris, eh? Anyway, that's it for the show today. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me. I'm fairly happy with how it's all worked today. I had been really, really quite depressed on Tuesday afternoon when lots of things were going wrong. So I'll be back again on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock UK time. Okay, Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock UK time would be my next show here on United Kingdom Radio. Now, boys and girls, stay tuned to United Kingdom Radio. Ross Patzelt is up straight after me. If you want to see any of my old shows or listen to any of my old shows, the main website for this particular programme you can find at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock UK time. Ross Pat's out at 12. Bye-bye now.